Hey guys, welcome back. I just witnessed 3 baby fawns nursing their mother like 2 trees over that way. Let me tell you something. I think that you should reconsider where you live in the United States to build wealth. Let's get into it. Now, these 3 baby fawns that I just witnessed nursing from their mother, I caught on my smartphone, and I'm going to post it as a short here in the next day or two. It was beautiful, guys. I couldn't believe it. I don't think I've ever seen that. I've seen like one, I think, fawn do it, but 3 of them at the same time, that was crazy. It was pretty cool. So take a look at my channel. You know, you'll probably see it on there. But, you know, when it comes to your career and building wealth, you really need to reconsider where you live in the country. I'm talking about the United States. This might apply to other countries as well, but a lot of people seem to just want to live in these huge metropolitan inner city areas where you don't get this type of experience of living life and seeing Mother Nature do its thing. It's a beautiful thing. And the thing about these metropolitan areas, obviously I get it. There's lots of jobs there. But the cost of living is just outrageous in these metro areas. I don't really understand the appeal of working a day job and then you come home at the end of every month after you've paid off all your expenses for your super expensive house, your super expensive car, all the other expensive things you have to live with for an inner city metropolitan area. And before you know it, you're break even. Honestly, that is what people are doing. They're working, 50, 60 hours just to break even and live in an inner city metro area, whether it's Phoenix, San Francisco, LA, Denver, not Detroit anymore, Indianapolis, Atlanta, and the Eastern Seaboard, all those big cities, DC, Boston. A lot of people live in these cities and they're not getting ahead these days. The cost of housing is just through the roof. One thing you should consider negotiating, if you're a white-collar worker especially, is working remotely. Work remotely and move to the Midwest, guys, where there's not these huge metro areas. I live in Michigan, outside of Kalamazoo, which is a kind of a small metro area, to be honest. There's not a ton of jobs in Kalamazoo. There's some here and there. But the cost of living is not outrageous. You can still get a nice place to live near the woods, maybe not like this, but relatively close to this. And you'll see deer out here in fawns nursing with their mothers. Or you'll see, various other wildlife, squirrels, raccoons, tons of birds. I've seen bald eagles in this area in Kalamazoo, lower Michigan. I'm telling you guys, like this whole just grinding it out in the metro areas. I used to live in Metro Detroit. I'll never move back there. No way. I don't care what those jobs are paying. I'm not moving over there. I'd rather work remotely for a lower paying job and stay here in mid-Michigan or lower Michigan, or even mid-Michigan up there in the kind of places where there's tons of woods, where there's low cost of living. You can still get nice places in northern Michigan, Upper Peninsula, mid-Michigan, and southern Michigan for great cost of living, guys. This is something you got to think about when it comes to building wealth, is your cost of living. The only way you're going to get ahead is if you have a decent lower cost of living and you have a decent paying job. I know it's not going to be an easy combination, but I don't know why people still want to live in some of these metro areas, to be honest. Maybe try to negotiate with your boss and say, hey, I've been working here for a few years. I want to work remotely. And maybe you start, close to where you still currently work. You start working remotely, and then you put your house up for sale, and you go find a lower cost of living. You sell that house for a profit and move to the Midwest. Maybe it's Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, maybe Ohio. I'm not a big fan of Ohio. It's just, I don't know, it's a lot of farmland. But hey, it's probably lower cost of living. I don't think Ohio is much higher than Michigan. Even, I don't know, maybe Pennsylvania or New York in the rural areas, you could still find some decent cost of living there. I'm not sure. I haven't looked in those areas. You know, you could even consider, I guess, Nebraska and Iowa, maybe Minnesota, I don't know. But in general, the Midwest has a lower cost of living, guys. But if you're in the West Coast, the South now, the South is getting super expensive. You look at like Georgia. I know Texas is getting up there in recent years due to the Californians moving from California to Texas. I'm sure Arizona is pretty expensive these days with Phoenix and all the chip sectors moving there. I know there's jobs there, but man, try to find some remote work where you can come move to places like Michigan, guys. These are still havens where you can get a decent cost of living. You can witness things like I got to witness just recently. You can even build homesteads in Michigan. I've seen like YouTubers going up and buying land in the UP, building like a log cabin and all that. If you're good with your hands and good with building that kind of stuff, you can do that. But this is what people need to do, is reconsider moving around in the United States. That's how people have to build wealth these days. And I've had success with Michigan, and I don't plan on moving anytime soon. If I did lose my job, I think I'd just live on my 401k and let that bleed and pay off my house and stay living here. My wife's a teacher. Fortunately, she does work locally. But I think I'd go look for another remote job, even if it was less pay, to be honest. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Would you consider moving out of a metro area if you live in one? Is this something that you've been feeling like you're not able to get ahead and you're still making a decent living in a metro area? And you're considering, maybe moving a little farther away from these cities that are just kind of outrageous from the cost of living perspective. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Is this a way to build wealth? And yeah, I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about. And yeah, I'll definitely post this short really soon, and I think you guys will dig it. And maybe it'll sell you guys on moving out to the rural areas of the country. I think from a political standpoint, maybe if you're liberal and you're in an inner city, and you're worried about moving to the red counties of the world and the United States, there's great people out here. Don't worry about it that much. I mean, there's a lot of people that are good-hearted people. Maybe they vote red. Don't worry about that, honestly. Like, in general, people in these areas are very nice people. They mean well. They just have their ways in wanting to vote that way. There's nothing wrong with that, honestly. Like, you just got to get over the politics sometimes. These are great areas. I'm in a red township, I guess you could say. I don't mind it, honestly. There's nice people here. I'm not a super liberal. I'm right in the middle, and but maybe that's your hesitation to moving out to the country. So, but I don't know. In general, I feel good about it, and I still like it in this rural area. But yeah. Anyways, that's just my advice. And if you guys could like and subscribe to the channel, and take a look at my previous channel or previous video. And everyone, have a great day. Thanks.